Welcome back to the keys. All right, let's dive right into today's key. And today's key is definitely a no-brainer. It's subscribe to YouTube Premium. Do it. Now, someone's asking, why would I ever subscribe to that? Well, first off, you're probably subscribed to Hulu or Netflix or Spotify or Apple Music or DoorDash or Chipotle. Like, you're subscribed to things. And YouTube Premium, what I've found is that it is so helpful for learning. YouTube is a platform for learning. So why should you ever think about doing YouTube Premium? Well, first off, it's $18. Yeah, that's kind of a lot, but it's TV. Like you can never watch all that's on YouTube. So much content on YouTube, so it can act as TV for you, for sure. What else? See, I had these little notes here. Oh, the benefits. What are the benefits? Okay, the benefits of YouTube Premium are pretty straightforward. First off, no ads. Never have to watch an ad if you just buy or subscribe for $18 a month. I think that in itself is worth it. I really don't like ads. For example, I was out before I started recording. I was working on a car. I really was. I was trying to look at camshaft on a Subaru, and I definitely watched a YouTube video before I went down there and tried to work on a car. Like, even me saying work on a car, like, when that came out, I was like, I actually don't know how to work on a car. But because I have YouTube Premium, I have easy access to information. So just to think, like, if I was going to go work on the car and I had to, like, sit through a Dairy Queen ad, I'd be like, dude, come on. Ads are really taking up a lot of our time. And then you can download content on YouTube Premium. If you have Premium, you can download videos and watch them offline. Great before a flight. You can download 2-3 hour long podcasts and then watch them on the plane with the video. Kind of nice. You get YouTube Music when you subscribe to YouTube Premium, and it's just a great app. So subscribe. Yep. So that's our key for today. Let's crack into our shelf item, and today's item is a drink. It is a drink. It's usually a drink, but sometimes it might be something different. This is a hazy IPA. And a nomadic dreamer, they call it. A nomadic dreamer. So we're going to crack in this today. And let's do it. Here we go. No glass, just straight up can. And this is a result of friendship, this beer. Wow, that is great. And this is a result of friendship. I didn't even buy this. A friend came over and brought this to me, and grateful. And that's a good shelf item. Let's keep it moving as we go. All right, today's rule. Here we go. Today's rule is don't do anything that compromises your physical, mental, or spiritual health. It's a great rule. What does that mean, though? Don't do anything that compromises your physical, mental, or spiritual health. Examples of this would be excessive dependencies, we can call them. That could be needing to have a drink to feel like you're having fun. Drinking's not good for your physical or mental or spiritual health. You really want to avoid the things that are bad for all three: physical, mental, and spiritual. You got to cut your losses somewhere. But yeah, excessive drinking. Now, this little note at the bottom, ensure there are no contradictions. The obvious contradiction is, how can you say don't do anything that compromises your physical, mental, spiritual health, including alcohol, but you're drinking a IPA? That is a contradiction. Well, the last podcast, if you tuned in, you would have noticed that moderation is something that we have to keep in our minds. And I'm realizing the mic was a little bit further away than I would have liked, but I'm going to keep going. So yeah, moderation's very key. This is one beer result of friendship, and this is not going to excessively get me drunk. Excessive drinking is most likely where you're going to cross into a line of physical, mental, or spiritual damage. One beer, though, not there's discrepancies there that we keep track of. So what else is, don't do anything that compromises your physical, mental, or spiritual health. Don't do anything that compromises your health. And I've been thinking about this in 2025. Health is so important. Like I really am thinking about what is the best thing for me. And that might sound selfish off the cuff, but that is not a selfish statement. To take care of yourself is to be there for other people and be capable of intervening and interacting, and compassion comes from that. So, just avoid things. What are some other examples of things that could compromise your physical, mental, or spiritual health? Lying, cheating, sleeping around. These things can compound and have really negative effects on you. Lying and cheating, that's not good for your mental health or spiritual health. Lying or cheating could physically get you beat up as well. So be careful who you lie or cheat. Promiscuity is a different word for it, but sleeping around. Yeah, physically you could contract something, mentally not good, to take something so meaningful, like something that's so meaningful and dilute it down to something that's just like a one-off thing, not cool. And that's obviously bad for your spiritual health. So things to think about. These aren't hard and fast rules, but definitely rules that if you want to be a better person, you might think about how does this kind of factor into what I do or who I am. All right. Okay. I think I do want let's keep moving. I'm trying to find the balance of shelf and content. Here we go. Let's just dive right into the quote here. Sorry for my stumbling around and disorderliness. But here we go. Let's quote it up. We overestimate what we can do in a day, but underestimate what we can do in a year. Yep. And my good friend Jake sent me a video, and this was in that video. So credit to that video. Hopefully I can find it and put it somewhere in this YouTube. But yeah, we overestimate what we can do in a day. We'll write out 45 things on a piece of paper that we could do today. We'll be like, I could do this, then this, and we'll write it out. And then, maybe we do get to all those things, but we underestimate what we could do across a whole year of time. And that's so true. Because a year's going to pass either way. So someone might think, why would I think so far into the future? Like, why would I goal so far out into the future if it's a year away? But that time is going to pass either way. So you might as well let your goals span across broader fields of time and resources, and span across and take into account more people. That's it. So, don't underestimate where you could be a year from now. And I'm trying not to look at the camera. I'm trying to figure that out. My audience, you guys got to move closer because it's too far. I don't know why it's weird to look so far away. I don't even know, dude. What am I talking about here? We overestimate what we can do in a day and underestimate what we can do in a year. I don't even know if I said anything relevant there. Dang it. All right. Well, we'll see about that. Maybe I'll cut that part out. I'm putting... And let me make an adjustment. Let me not get so worked up. Okay. That feels more natural. And I know I'm not supposed to look at the camera. I'm sorry. All right, guys. Let's round this one out with a question. And I do have something that I will mention here, either this episode or the next one. So, question of the day. Are clothes more about how they look or how they feel? Well, I'm not a fashion designer. I'm not even really into like clothes that much. But I would say clothes are both. How they look and feel. It's both. Why does it have to be one or the other? Definitely about how they look. I mean, colors and patterns speak to people. It's an expression of self. I remember being in 5th grade and learning that one of the best parts about Disney Channel was that they had really cool outfits and people were allowed to express themselves and like outfits match the characters. And as kids, we didn't really know that, but we were like subconsciously figuring that out. So it's definitely like how they visually look. But for me, if I had to pick one, I would say it's definitely more about how they feel. I mean, a lot of my shirts are a little too big because I sweat. So I would rather the shirt be like enough space for me to not sweat through it type thing. So I would rather it be a little bit baggy and it look like it doesn't fit, because that's me prioritizing feeling over look. So, I mean, I guess I'm more of a feeler. Like I like comfy stuff. I do like comfy stuff. So anyways, yeah, that's the podcast. Heck yeah. And because we're going to cut out that first 5 minutes, or we probably will, we have a little bit of time to hang out here. But thank you guys for tuning in and catching the keys. And we'll stick around because we got some show notes. If you're like an avid keys listener, it's some relevant stuff to you. But if you want to go ahead and leave the video now, see ya. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next pod. I'll call that like a transition. Now we're like in the green room, like hanging out. I don't even know what a green room is, but I kind of understand the concept. Okay, show notes, guys. I got to run some stuff by you. So, Gimme the Keys podcast is going to turn into a bi-weekly podcast. I am making videos at a rate where I feel like they're coming out too fast and that people can't, like, I hate to frame it this way because it sounds so arrogant, but people cannot keep up with the rate that I'm creating at. I just have, this time of year, I have way more time than I normally would, so it's like, I am switching the podcast to bi-weekly. Ooh. Sorry. And that's, I'll stockpile, I guess. Like I'll schedule them out on YouTube for like probably 2 or 3 months ahead, which will be a great feeling. And the fact that I could just take a little bit more time in between each podcast to make sure it's really, valuable and consistent and all that good stuff. The practice too. I like practicing. Okay, other things on the show notes. Future questions. Okay, so the new format, you guys have probably caught on to that there's a question every podcast. If you want to submit questions that could possibly be featured on the keys in the future, you have to follow me on the Instagram, and you have to basically be in the close friends. So you may have to message me and ask to be in the close friends, and I can add you, but only close friends on Instagram are going to have a chance to submit good, high-quality questions. This isn't where's the beef. This isn't some silly little Instagram gimmick. Like, no, this is a question for Give Me the Keys. You're competing with other listeners on having a high-quality, intriguing, thought-provoking question, so it better be good or don't even submit anything. Is that energy there? And then the last thing is like and subscribe. Do it!